Okay, today I'm fixing this Alba LCD 32947HD 32-inch LCD TV. It's a Vestel construction, like many of the other TVs I get, like that Sanyo there. As you can see, the label is exactly the same as the Alba. Anyway, this is one of these TVs that uses, I think, 17PW25-4, and it's failed, of course, because it's a Vestel, and I'll be fixing it. So let's take the back off and see what we have in here. My bet is that if it is a 1725-4, we have some burnt up resistors, some failed diodes, and possibly a failed switching transistor, but we'll have to see. So I'm going to take the back off quick. So the power supply is a 17PW25-4, and the failure mode is as pretty much as I predicted. This resistor here is incinerated, which basically means that there's a shorted diode, this transistor is shorted, and possibly the PFC controller is shorted. Now, the most common failure on these 1725-4s is that the design is just basically a load of crap, because they use the 24 volts which is provided by these diodes to feed the I think it's the VCC or something for the PFC controller. I might be wrong, I'm not an expert on these, but what happens is basically it overloads the PFC, which shorts this transistor in its respective resistors and blows the mains AC fuse as well. So I'm going to get my digital multimeter. I'm going to start checking for shorts on these output diodes. Normally it's one of these that go bad in this middle row here, but I'm then going to check this transistor. I'm going to take the board out and see if the PFC controller is blown up. Anything that is failed, I'll use my marker pen and I'll mark it so I can show you in the video. Okay, so I've highlighted the parts that are shorted. That transistor, its two resistors. That diode is showing up as shorted, but it might just be because of the failed resistors of the transistor. And the first bank and the second bank of output diodes are showing up as shorted. However, the last row don't. So what has probably happened here is one of these in the middle shorted, which has overloaded one of these. Is what I normally tend to see on these power supplies. This diode's fine. This one you normally don't have to worry about, it rarely fails. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen one where that diode fails. Again, this resistor, hole missing out of it, and it's showing 0 ohms across it. PFC controller, there's a hole missing out of it. This resistor here, which is R981 and R98E, these are shorted. This transistor here, which is Q909, is also shorted. This diode, which D845, is shorted. This resistor, I think it's R923, that's shorted. And there's a bit of corrosion on the pads here. Hope the traces aren't burnt up, because if they are, I'm going to have to repair them, which is difficult. No, it's just a bit of corrosion. Of course, the PFC controller showing up a dead short because it's completely exploded. These two resistors, dead. And the transistor, which is here, completely dead as well. So it's a pretty catastrophic failure on these power boards, but it doesn't help that the design is just a pile of crap, basically. You know, you don't parallel diodes like this, and you don't use them to provide the voltage for the PFC controller. Because when they fail, that overloads, kills the transistor, kills its resistors, and this also kills its respective resistors and whatever else for it. It's just basically a garbage design from Vestel. You know, most of their TVs are just garbage. I mean, the older ones like that uses 17PW20, I've had more luck with them. You know, they seem to be really, well, not really reliable, but fairly reliable TVs. But ones like this, they're just garbage. So I'm going to show you the repair kit that I'm going to use for this, because it's a very common failure on these units, and luckily people out there on eBay have made repair kits for these power supplies. So all I have to do is order a repair kit which has the transistor, the resistors, every single output diode over here, the PFC controller, its respective devices, and the resistors for the transistor. And I think it includes that resistor if I'm correct. It might not. I haven't had to repair one of these in I think about a month or two. So, but one thing I wanted to point out as well is you cannot replace the board with a random 17PW25. You know, so, and the reason is because these are actually wired different. Yeah, the connector might be the same going from the power board to the main board, but the pinouts and the voltages, where the voltages actually are totally different. So if you get one of these that's failed and you don't feel confident enough to repair it, and you decide to replace it, you have to match these numbers that are written on this barcode up exactly. Because if you don't, and you put one that's got different voltages on different pins, you can actually blow the motherboard up. And I've done it once. I put a 17PW25, I think, I can't remember the number on the barcode, but it was different, and it ended up blowing up some little devices on the main board, which wasn't fun to repair. So you must get the power supply numbers correct if you do decide to replace it. But the most economical and reliable option for these power supplies is actually to repair them, because you never know, the replacement one you get might just be a second-hand one, and you know that might last 6 months and then fail. But actually repairing these is more reliable. So I'm going to show you the repair kit that I'm going to use. So here's the repair kit that I normally tend to use. You just go onto eBay and look up 17PW25 for repair kit. It's the first one. Has all the devices. Luckily, I have enough parts left over that I don't need to buy a repair kit. Basically, we use the parts for other things when I used to work at GMC TVs. Here I have the two resistors, those two, the main switch and transistor, the transistor for the PFC device, the two diodes for it as well in here, the PFC controller, and how many output diodes I need? 8. So these are UF5402s as well, by the way. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 there, and there's 2 in here. Oh, 6 there, and some in this little packet. Cut that open. So there's all the diodes. I'll just say, how many is there? 2. Oh no, now there's 8. And then in here as well is also the little resistors as well. So what I might do is take the PFC device that I put in this pile over here and put them separately, because all of the SMD devices are in this bag. So and for the fuse, which is blown, it's these little cylinder 3.15 amp 250 volts. I have this power board which came out of a TV that I recently done a video on, and basically the output voltages on this are unstable, and I don't have the equipment to diagnose what's wrong with this. This is a 1726.3. However, the fuse is still good, so what I'm going to do is take the fuse off this, put it on there, so that I don't have to order a new fuse. All of the output caps on this are good brands as well. Well, they're not good brands, but they're okay. They're Elite and HEC. I rarely see those fail. So, all being well, I'll put this kit on, and the power supply will be back to life. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Just finished repairing this power supply. Replaced all the defective components, as you can see. Replaced the switch and transistor. Applied some thermal paste as well. Replaced the two resistors here. Replaced these output diodes and these. I didn't replace the ones at the top. You can probably tell because I haven't removed the flux yet, but also completed all the SMD work. Replaced that transistor, those two resistors, that diode, the PSC controller, and that diode, that resistor, and the power supply is all good to be tested. Just going to remove the flux and then we'll give this thing a shot. This is the first power on test, so if this explodes, I'll catch it on camera. There we go. We're in standby. Power supply's making its usual whining noise. These units do sound weird when they run because of the oscillation. Backlight is up. And there's our image. Awesome. So that was a repair success on this 17 PW254 power supply. Going to run it for a bit and then put the back on the TV back on, and we'll see this thing completed. Nice. Okay, so I've fully tested this TV. It's all up and working perfect now. So repaired the power supply for free basically, with parts that I had and parts that I took from GMC. So yeah, been a repair on this 17 PW254, this Alba TV. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.